Today we're going to be talking about strut mounts, adjustable strut mounts, camber plates, and camber bolts, what they all mean for your S550 Mustang. Stay tuned. Kicking things off, camber. What exactly is camber? Camber is a data point when you take your car to an alignment shop, just like caster or toe, that the alignment tech takes into account when aligning your vehicle. Camber is how the tires stand upright, either further towards in the car, negative camber, or further towards outside of the car, positive camber. If you're looking for more details on what an alignment is, how it all works, and camber specifically, check out the other video we've posted on our YouTube channel as well. But moving things along for this video, in terms of front adjustment for camber, these S550 Mustangs do not have any adjustment. You can see a factory strut mount right here. There's absolutely no adjustment for camber. However, if you have a GT350R or a Mach 1 handling pack, GT500 handling pack, or GT500 carbon fiber track pack, you will have the adjustable strut mounts from the factory. Obviously, they're intended for track use only, and the reason for that is they allow the adjustment, even on the factory suspension, to get a bit more camber up front, so you can help with tire wear and obviously more grip and turn in when you're out on track. Most people don't have the 350R adjustable strut mounts or the Mach 1 GT500 adjustable strut mounts. They have these, and that's totally fine. But when you lower your vehicle, you're going to be changing the suspension geometry, specifically adding camber in the front. There's a couple different ways to go about this. Majorly what this video is about, camber bolts and camber plates. Let's start with camber bolts. These are the most cost-effective and easiest way to adjust the camber on the front of your S550, S197, or frankly any Mustang. What it does is it replaces one of the strut to spindle bolts, typically the top bolt, and allows you to adjust your camber from the spindle. This is great for most street applications, the occasional autocross, the occasional back road. Have fun doing that sort of stuff, and occasional HPDE, but again, we typically try to stop it there and move people to the camber plates, which we'll discuss in a second. Camber bolts work by allowing the alignment tech to adjust camber in the front via the camber bolt. The whole diameter of the bolt itself is actually a bit smaller than the factory bolt, because the oblong part of the bolt allows the alignment tech to adjust the spindle in and out to achieve the desired camber. Obviously, adjustability is limited only so much with these camber bolts, but for most street applications, it will allow you to get back to your factory spec camber on a lowered vehicle. However, there are a couple downsides to camber bolts. I've personally run both camber bolts and camber plates on my S550 Mustangs, and for most street applications, pretty much all street applications, camber bolt will 100% get the job done. However, if you're a little bit more competition minded, you want to take it to the next level, or more importantly, fit a wider wheel and tire package underneath the front fender, camber plate's going to be the way to go. And the reason for that is because the camber bolt adjustment point is down lower. And what's happening is the strut location and how that's mounted to the vehicle is not moving. And when you're moving the spindle back and forth with the wheel and tire attached on that pivot point of the camber bolt, as you add more negative camber, that wheel and tire package is going to be getting closer to the wall of that strut. Now, in most cases, if you're running factory wheels or close to factory specs, this really doesn't matter. But when it comes into competition and you're trying to get absolutely as much rubber underneath the car as possible, for example, like an Apex 18x11 wheel that we sell right here on our site, or our Tridents 19x11 with a 315 or 335 tire up front, that's great and all, but you're going to want to have as much adjustment as possible without limiting yourself and potentially getting too close to the wall of your strut or coilover. Now, moving over to the camber plate. When you have that adjustment point moved up top for the camber plate, you're moving the entire assembly back and forth, which means your wheel and tire package, you're not going to lose that clearance when you add negative camber, because you're actually moving the entire assembly, spindle included, more towards the center of the car, adding that negative camber. Now, additionally, you're going to see more range of adjustment on our Steeda camber plates, especially for S550. We've been able to get negative 3.8, negative 3.9, in some cases 4 degrees of negative camber if you're able to slide the strut underneath the strut tower itself or drill out the top of the strut tower for more additional camber. However, on the OEM adjustable strut top mounts, 350R and Mach 1, typically we've seen them high 2.9, negative 3.1 at most. depending if you slightly modify the camber plate to get it to work, but the adjustability kind of stops there. So if you're looking for the absolute most in adjustability when it comes to a camber plate, you'll definitely want to pick up the Steeda unit. Lastly, when it comes to reliability of the alignment itself, from camber bolts to camber plates, you're going to see a more reliable alignment from the camber plates itself. Over time, especially if you're pushing the car repeatedly, a camber plate's going to take up to more abuse than a camber bolt holding that alignment in the first place. And don't forget ease of adjustability. Let's say you have a race this weekend and you want to add more camber to the front of your Mustang. In order to achieve that with camber bolts, you're going to have to drop it off in an alignment shop and have the tech do it for you, because it requires loosening everything, spinning that bolt, clocking it to get it correct, get the camber where you want it, tightening everything back up, and then picking up the car from the shop. Now, in a camber plate situation, all you need to do is lift up the car, loosen the 3 nuts, slide it in, and you're ready to roll. Obviously, tow may need some perfection after that, but the ease of adjustment from a user standpoint, camber plates are definitely the way to go. And in terms of getting the right solution for you, we have all of your camber bolt and camber plate options right here at Steeda.com. Our camber plates are engineered and manufactured 100% in the USA right here in our Valdosta, Georgia location. If you're looking for your camber solutions, whether it's camber bolts, camber plates, or any other suspension or performance parts for your Ford or Mustang, hit us up right here at Steeda.com. Comment below and let us know your thoughts not only on camber bolts or camber plates and what you're running on your Mustang, but if you want to see any other videos like this, breaking it down for you, we love doing these technical style videos. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, the notification bell, and don't forget the most important thing, speed matters.